Hey everyone, this is some guy named Rob back with another quick little emulator video. This is Madden NFL 08 from EA Sports, and we're going to do a comparison between the emulated version of this game from the PS2 and the native PC version. And if you're looking at the screen right now going, oh my god, these emulated graphics look gorgeous, actually this is the PC version. And everything about it looks beautiful. Okay, that kick doesn't look beautiful. That was the CPU screwing up, but you know, look at the sidelines. You have media with their cameras doing their little canned animations. You got sort of the road cases like you would see on a broadcast. You look at the top of the screen where you see the 1st and 10. Very similar to what you would see on like a TV broadcast. And you get some really nice camera angles. I took out a lot of the cut scenes and stuff between plays, just in the interest of keeping the video moving along. And also the match that I set up is completely mismatched. For those of you who are looking at this going, wow, you put a European team of basically scrubs that wouldn't cut it in the Canadian Football League up against the New York Giants. Way to go. And it's an all-star team of New York Giants at that. Well, the reason for that is I just wanted to show you what the animations looked like on offense and defense as I kind of marched down the field. And, I mean, things look good. Things look pretty good. I kept the same aspect ratio as the PS2 version, but this will play in full 1080p at 60 frames per second on nothing more than integrated graphics. So if you have an i5 processor or even an i3 processor from the last few years, you're going to get some good frame rates, some good detail, even without a high-end graphics card. I'm actually playing this on my main PC, but I can play this pretty much on anything. I can play this on my laptop. It looks great. I mean, some of the textures are old because, you know, this game's a decade old, but still, overall, looks pretty good. You know, you got your fans celebrating after a touchdown. And now we're going to move it over to the PS2 version. And the first thing you're going to notice, looks noticeably softer as we're setting up this basically the same match. And, you know, we're going to... Oh, that's different. And by the way, it's going to get a lot different from here on in. Because even though MVP Baseball and... yeah, even though these are both EA Sports titles, and MVP Baseball really looks good, this one does not. This one, as you'll no doubt notice, there's no stadium. The stadium textures will not load, and even though the weather textures will load, I mean, beyond the snowy conditions of the game, this looks terrible. And this is as good as the graphics got, by the way. There are no real graphical options that you have on a PlayStation. So I've pretty much tweaked the emulator as best I can to try and get as much graphical performance out of this. And as you can see, animations are not nearly as smooth. The image quality is nowhere near as good. And you're going to notice I kind of take over right away on offense. The first play of the game, pretty much, the other team turned the ball over, so I just sort of... We're doing kind of a same kind of comparison of marching down the field to show you what the graphics look like. And I don't know if you can see this, but not only do you lack the detail of what was on the sidelines earlier, like the reporters and stuff, there's no goalposts. You have absolutely no goalposts at the end of the end zone. And what this reminds me of is if you've ever seen a really, really low-budget television show or independent movie where they don't have money for sets. So what they do is they will use like a black sound stage and just sort of dress one part of the soundstage and light one part of the soundstage, sort of this island of stuff happening in this inky void, and just run with it that way. That's what this reminds me of, because you don't see anything. There's no sideline, no stadium, no fans, no nothing. This is surreal. This is like watching a high school play done about a football game on a soundstage the size of a football field. And so even though it's, I guess, playable-ish, the actual plays and animations are not terribly broken, but it just looks really odd and, well, really low resolution. As you can see, as they play this kind of little cutscene, that's kind of what they do. It just looks so unbelievably weird. So here we're going to throw our touchdown, and there's sort of a similar graphic, and you get your score counting up, and you get fans that are all apparently amputees because they didn't want to render what was supposed to be behind a wall. And now we're going to kick an extra point through goalposts that don't exist. There are no goalposts. You're just kicking into the void and hoping that the game recognizes that where the goalposts are supposed to be is where you put the ball. So yeah, not all games are equal in terms of emulation. So hope you enjoyed that as much as I enjoyed kind of showing it off. We'll see you in the next one.